Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a very impromptu live episode of Hands Across the Water. Boy, Beatly Tone, it's just when the dust settles on one thing and you get excited about something, now you're like, oh my God, now this is going to drop too. And today, Beatles.com are teasing Anthology 4. Can you believe it?
I can actually, because we've kind of thought that was the case all along. Oh, Nick's here. Hiya, Nick.
Hello, Mr. Styrette.
Yeah, I can because we know that the Beatles always drop something in November, don't they? And I'm hearing in addition to the video that I've just made since I've made it, I'm hearing the release date is going to be the 21st of November. That's what I'm hearing.
Which that ties in with because that's actually the date that it dropped. Anthology 1 came out on the 21st of November in 95.
Yeah, maybe that's why there's the speculation. That's not confirmed at the moment, but we'll see. Hi everyone that's in the comments. Hi Scott. Hi MBT. Hi Lynn.
You should be at work.
Yeah, I've just looked. You're still in the office. Hi Pablo and Christian. Yeah, we're just sort of showing the fact. Maybe we should just see if there's anyone else going to join. We've got 11 on at the moment. We're just talking about the fact that this has come as a little bit of a surprise. The timing of the teasing, because when they do these teases, it's usually only a few days before we get the full details, the meat on the bone. So, kind of expect that it's going to be, going to be by the end of the week, I think. Oh, okay. You'll find my phone just told me you were still in the office just about 2 minutes ago.
Well, it's just, the way the Beatles drop cookies, as I like to call them, and Macca does the same thing. I mean, they all do the same thing. They give you little hints here and there.
Yeah.
And we saw on Instagram, you saw in that canvas style 4.
Yeah.
In that anthology canvas style.
Yeah.
And we saw the 4.
Yeah, it's kind of the back of a picture frame type thing, isn't it?
Hello, Richard. So Richard says the announcement's coming on Thursday.
Yeah,
well, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, it does. It's normally only a few days. Hi, Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Don't say hello to me then.
No, I think we all knew that it was going to be anthology, but was it going to be the video? Was it going to be an album? What I've seen so far on the Hoffman forums is that it's going to be a 12 LP box. Right, which would make sense because all 3 other anthologies are triple LPs, right? Yeah. So now 12 would be volume 4. So what could be in volume 4? Are they really going to be scraping the barrel, as the Beatles used to say 40 years ago? I mean, be very interesting.
Well, I don't think they won't pad it out with things that they've already given us in the box sets as sessions, will they? Or I hope that they won't. Hi, Joe. Yeah, they won't give us that. So, I'm presuming that what they're going to give us is, outtakes from Please Please Me to Revolver, possibly something from Magical Mystery Tour, maybe some outtakes from Yellow Submarine, maybe some outtakes from singles or B-sides that would have been on the Past Masters, all the boxes that they haven't done yet. But the thing that throws up is that if that is the way that they're going to go, does this mean that it's the end for the stereo remix box sets, or does it just mean it's the end for sessions discs in the stereo remix?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Which would make more sense to me, because we know that from the early years, there's not that much stuff. There's not that much stuff as far as outtakes go, because in the early days, when they, the Beatles weren't big news. For example, when they were recording "Please Please Me," they just record over, tape tape a take over the previous take. You know, they wouldn't preserve them all because they didn't know the Beatles were going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread, did they, at that time?
No, but you've got things like you've got a couple alternate takes of like rehearsing, like false starts of like Hold Me Tight and things like that, which, you know, there's enough that they could throw on there to pad out the whole, you know, the whole thing, I would think. Especially when you think about like the bootleg sessions and stuff from 63, there's enough to cull one, you know, a CD's worth of stuff. But I mean, if it's gonna be a triple album, there's gonna be, you know, a lot of stuff. Somebody mentioned too in the comments, you wonder if we're gonna get some of the stuff from the outtakes from the get together, like Blue Moon of Kentucky and things like that, when it's the Threedles. Maybe that stuff goes on there too. I don't know.
That would be good. So I think for CD buyers, it'll be you know, a two CD set, like the others, and we would hope that they would make each volume available separately.
Yes, remixed.
Because a lot of people would just want to buy volume 4, won't they? So you know, we would hope that they would do that. And what will they do with volumes 1, 2, and 3? Because this week we've seen on Spotify and other streaming platforms that the Anthology 1 and 2, the For Free as a Bird and Real Love, we've seen a little annotation to the title of the song saying 1995 mix.
Yes.
So that's distinguishing between that mix and a new mix that is about to come. So I would say, just speculating, that volumes 1, 2, and 3 have been remixed as well.
In full.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's possible that they could just be remixing those 2 songs, but that would be disappointing, but cheaper.
Yeah, but if they think about it, if they remixed all the outtakes on that were originally on 1, 2, and 3, and I know people get a little bit tired with the speeches on volume 1 because they feel like it just kind of was padding.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, think about stuff like, you know, That Means a Lot and things like that. That might, and If You've Got Troubles and things like that. If those got proper remixes, that'll be, you know, that'll be welcome. And I do think Now and Then will open up volume. You think Now and Then will open up volume 4, Tony, or will they put it on 3? What do you think?
I don't know. I would have thought they would have put it on 3, but
right,
if it's going to be there, but it'd be interesting to see what version they put on it.
Yeah,
because you know, obviously the original demo, there's a problem. You know, we've
got picks coming in here. We've got picks, hot picks. Thank you, David Gargolino. We've got picks rolling in. Look at this. You can see it.
Right. Oh, okay. There
you go.
Looks good.
Pictures rolling in. That's one. This is probably and CDs. Here we go. Hold on.
There you go.
Hold up. It's so damn blurry. Sorry.
It looks okay to me.
No, hold on. It's got to clear up. Frickin' phone.
Thanks very much, David, for sending those through.
There we go.
Yeah. So, you know, the announcement, obviously, if they've got those graphics already, the announcement this week, you know.
So they're calling it the Anthology Collection.
Okay.
That's what it says there in the box. The Anthology Collection. You know, just as if we haven't shelled out enough cash all year, the Got Back tour, Power to the People. Now they're going to drop this with us on the 21st of November. Take my money. Just take it.
Here.
You know what?
Here's my wallet. Look, it's empty.
My wallet. You know what? Let me get the deed of the house out, and let me just add Apple Corps as a co-owner of this house. Why don't we do that? I mean, why not?
Oh, they own our asses, don't they?
They fucking A right too.
Should we look at some of the comments?
Let's do that. Let's catch up there. Because I got caught up in the picks there. Sorry.
Let's do that.
Let me go back up again now. Let's catch back up. You're very welcome there, Mike. Sure, of course.
Hi, Mike.
Star Club tracks. Well, if they're gonna maybe.
So So Peter Jackson owns these now, doesn't he?
Yes.
So we're not even sure whether the Beatles actually have got access to them. We don't know how far so far.
Yeah.
He's cleaning them up as his little vanity project. We don't know how far down the line he's got with that, or whether he's been able to present anything to Beatles.com to Apple.
Yeah.
And whether or not they're interested in them. The Beatles have never owned the Hamburg tapes, really,
No.
as far as I know.
Pablo agrees with you, Tone. Safe to assume volumes 1 to 3 will be the same content, but newly remixed. Anthology 4 to recover the reunion era. Looking forward to finding out. We shall see.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be included, Scott, because it was already available on the B side of the Free as a Bird single.
Yeah. Nick said, they should include Now and Then piano demo for sure. That would just be like a John Lennon demo. I would think if they're going to include anything on Now and Then apart from the finished song, and really I suppose the finished song does kind of fit the criteria, because you've got the finished song of Free as a Bird and Real Love. But wouldn't it be great if they had some outtakes of Now and Then that we haven't heard, rather than just getting the single again? The finished single again. So no, no. We've kind of known for a while that it wasn't going to come this week. James, I'm going to be sending you your book tomorrow that you won. You won on two legs. I went out and got a bag for it today, so I'll be sending you that tomorrow, mate. Who else we got? Ollie's saying Carnival of Light. Yeah, Ollie's saying Carnival of Light? Question mark.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. We know that George vetoed it in the 90s. I would expect Olivia to hold that veto, but just because of what it is, it's 14 minutes long. That takes up a lot of space. That's, if they give us that, that's 3 or 4 songs that we're not going to get, because that's taking up its space. And, I know none of us have heard it, but it's, what we've heard about it is it's dreadful. And, you play it once and you never want to hear it again. So I'm kind of hoping that isn't included.
Yeah. Nothing yet on the visual aspect, just audio right now.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing.
Yeah. Noah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Tony. Yeah, that's not going to... Carnival of Light is a dead issue. And I think Nick said earlier that the Egg Pod had reported that that's not going to come out. And we don't need it. We really don't.
No.
I don't think so. There's the question of the day. What's a 12 LP box set going to fetch for these days? Anybody want to throw a figure out there?
Yeah, about $350.
What you'd think, right?
In the UK, we're working on about £30 albums. So 12 threes of 36. It'll be 350, 360 maybe.
Yep. Oh, look at this now.
Oh, they're dropping teasers every half hour now.
They are now. Now they're just coming in hot and heavy. Wow.
They are.
This will be out before the end of the night now, the way that the rate this is going, the full release. So Pablo says £399 sterling. That's
a big ask. That is a big ask for people, especially when you think about the price of the mono box, which was very reasonably priced. What was it, about 400 and something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But, and that was the mono boxes. Is that 11 LPs or something like that?
Yeah, 12. Oof. Well, I tell you, Dave, when I'm in an anthology, mood where I want to watch the doc and stuff, then I spin the discs. Do I play it every single day? No. Honestly, I cherry pick the best of the anthologies, and I have a little playlist of just, the best of the three. But I mean, I know he wants Rubber Soul. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll want Rubber Soul, but we know it's not happening this year. We've known that for a while,
No.
and we've had a lot of it already remixed on the Red album.
We have, and you know what? I think this is a nice anniversary to celebrate. Yes, I know you want to finish all the albums.
I want them to finish all the albums as well, but if they're going to use all their best outtakes from those albums on this, then it's not going to leave them anywhere to go as far as session LPs on the box set. So maybe the box sets will be slimmed down
a little bit.
It might be just the remix stereo album.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get the mono album and a book, and that'll be it. And it'll be much cheaper, and you've got your essentials there, because But I mean, when Anthology came out, I played them to death. Because I'm not really a bootleg bloke, and so I was hearing this stuff for the first time, and it was just, it just blew my mind. It was great. Joe says, I think they should just release the new Anthology 4. Leave the past 3 alone, at least for this year. We have the new versions of Free as a Bird and Real Love, and Now and Then on the new one. That sounds fairly sensible.
It does, but you're right. I mean, Tony, I wore these out in the between 95 and 2000 when the book came out. I mean, these probably sat in our collective CD players for weeks, if not months on end.
Yeah, I mean, Anthology is an important landmark, because not just because of the new songs, but it came at a time when it introduced a lot of young people to the Beatles. I mean, what were you? You were 14, right, when it came out?
Yep.
Yeah. So
was already a fan, but that just hyped my fandom up even more to have that product come out 25 years after the breakup, in a pre-internet era, was like, I mean, I 30 years later, and I could still recall every episode, watching it with my mom and my dad, and just the impact that documentary and trios of albums had on me as a fan is just incredible. So it's a worthy revisit and anniversary re-release.
Yeah, and back at that time in the 90s, there was so much interest in the Beatles because of, especially in the UK, because of the Britpop thing. All the bands, were influenced by the Beatles, and they were all speaking, about the Beatles. Who are your influences? No, the Beatles. Who are your influences, Damon? The Beatles. They all the bands, Oasis, Blur, Sway, Ocean Colour Scene, all those bands that emerged around that time were all talking about the Beatles, and it was a great time.
I'll give them a listen again there, Lynn.
Time you dug them out.
Let's see here. I want to go back to, let me see the comment here. Nick asks, did the original 3 come out as a box set individually? No, Nick, these came out. So Volume 1 came out on the 21st of November in 1995. And then Volume 2 was released around March of 96. And then Volume 3 was released in October of 96. And Volume 2, interesting, funnily enough, actually was already read. Tony, remember this? It was actually all ready to go to print. And Paul had it scrapped at the last minute because he wanted his first vocal track to be I'm Down. And I think it was That Means a Lot. And the CDs and all that were already manufactured. And Paul had to foot the bill to actually reprint all those ones because he wanted his first vocal track on Volume 2 to be I'm Down and not That Means a Lot.
I'm not sure I remember that story. I think I've just learned something today.
Yeah.
Hurrah. So, every day's a school day.
Absolutely. I think Lila just made a funny comment before. Pete Best is getting another payday. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Lucky old Pete.
The There was a massive queue outside the HMV at midnight when it went on sale in Liverpool, and you had a free poster. Tony, did you queue up to get this when it came out?
I didn't know. I just got it. I just went to the shop the day that I didn't have to queue. I just went and got it the day it came out, but not in the middle of the night. Not in the middle of the night.
No, what you saw was the Laserdisc, which came out later. So the video, the video and Laserdisc came out around, I want to say 96 or 90. You could get it on home video. I think it was an 8 VHS box that you could have gotten, which I still have. And the Laserdisc component also came out, and that's what you guys saw.
Yeah, that was what we saw, Nick.
Yeah. Well, it took a long time for Paul to really get comfortable talking about the Beatles, especially going throughout the 70s and trying to forge his own new identity with Wings. So when he reached that moment of embracing his Beatle past around Flowers in the Dirt, and the dust settled on the lawsuits and getting together to do this, you knew Paul was going to be all in to ham it up and tell all those stories on camera and give us the best of what he got. And Paul, I mean, I know we want to say his ego, but Paul comes off fantastic in the anthology, because you can tell he really loves telling these stories and sharing them that, for the most part, none of us had heard before. You know? Go back. Yeah, Carnival of Light. No track list yet. Full length Mary Jane. Well, that we don't need.
Later this week, I think, Mark. I think we'll know the meat on the bones. I think.
Yeah, if we've got images of the cover art before, we will know probably by, I would say, no later than Thursday.
Yeah, I think Thursday.
Yeah, reunion footage would be great. Let's have some more of that Beatles stuff. You know.
But with that, we're talking about the film. So that we're talking about whether they add some more footage. If they're cleaning up the actual TV series and making it 4K and all nice and shiny, for the digital age to be streamed, then we're talking about adding extra material. Maybe the stuff from Friar Park, and maybe some other footage that they shot but didn't use in the series.
Right. I mean, and right now, all we're reading and seeing is things being teased about, an audio thing. We don't know if this is going to be a multimedia streaming, Blu-ray release, everything. Right now, it just looks like it's the music. And we got the MVP here.
Hi, Heidi.
I just saw you.
Nice lunch. Yeah,
it was very good. It was a good lunch. I think Paul is much more comfortable with his past than the acknowledgement. Yeah. Well, come on.
Hi, Rob.
Hello, Rob YouTube. Well, thanks for sharing that, Tony. Way better sound. Yeah, I mean, when you think about, especially those early, like when you think about it, remember some of those tracks on Volume 1, right? Like the 1960, all those Liverpool era recordings, like Cayenne and You'll Be Mine, and
In Spite of
All the Danger, which, hey, a song we know. Except we're not pissed in the back of a cab in Liverpool singing it. But you imagine if we get some Mal technology on those tracks, or That'll Be the Day, In Spite of All the Danger. Holy shit, that'll sound fantastic.
Yeah, and what about the live? There's quite a lot of live stuff on Anthology too. I think, if I remember rightly, wasn't there quite a bit of something from Sweden or somewhere in Scandinavia? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But there was some live tracks, the things that they can, if they're remixing it, they can quieten down the screaming, and we can hear the band. And
well, you had some stuff, I think, from Shea from Shea Stadium, I think, on that too.
Yeah.
Let's bust it out, shall we? Oh, don't rip it. Come on now.
So this would be the value of having a remix. I know what Joe said earlier, but this would be the value of having a remix of the whole thing, the stuff that was not very well recorded, that was on Anthology 1 and Anthology 2.
All right,
they could make it sound fantastic.
Yeah, you've got Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby from Shea Stadium, where the crowd noise is so loud on here. And then you've got a track. She's a Woman from Tokyo. So be interesting to see what they could clean up. I don't think they'll expand these at all, right?
No. Unless they do a red and the blue where they start integrating. You know, if they say they're using an outtake from with the Beatles or something like that, they they insert it somewhere in Anthology 1.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do that. I
hope they also don't do 15 different color variants of vinyl on this either.
No, the Beatles aren't really strong on coloured vinyl variations, are they?
No, they're not.
Not with the. I know they did the Meet the Beatles on a blue vinyl.
Well, that was special.
Recently, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, it'll be very cool to see. I mean, and let's talk cover art too. Like you've got the completed, Klaus Vormann, wonderful design, right? But would they tie in the artwork? Have they tapped into Klaus to add to this design?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point, because at the moment it's a three-headed beast that joins up.
Right.
What will they do for Anthology 4 on the front?
What are you going to do, Klaus?
I think we kind of know what the back will look like. But,
well, that's easy.
Yeah. But what will they do at the front? It's all interesting stuff that will be revealed by the end of the week. That's exciting.
That was a great segment. I love that. As an American, I had no idea about that, and I had never seen that. That was a great, Oh, you only have got a little.
Hello, Bongo.
Hello. That was funny. The Anthology Plus bootleg, that was great. I know Tony's not a big boot guy, but I had that too. But really Mal Technology cleaning up Freeze a Bird and Real Love, which I mean for 30 years has been the standard, but now with what Mal did and with created, how could they improve that even better?
If they can get that to sound as good as they got Now and Then to sound, that's going to be something to behold, isn't it?
I hope we don't whitewash Jeff Lynne's contribution to this, because it was so important at the time what he did, and he was so proud of to be. I mean, Jeff Lynne had his stamp on this stuff with those.
Yeah, I mean, they gave him a co-producer credit for Now and Then. It was Jeff Lynne and Giles Martin, wasn't it? So
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should see. I mean, it's an exciting week. We got Power to the People. Now you've got the Beatles now gearing up, and here we are in mid-August, and our fall is kind of getting set. It's getting, you've got the box coming out on day after John's birthday. Paul's tour kicks off on the 20th of September. Now the Beatles are coming out with the Anthology on the 21st of November. So we shall wait and see what more adds. I mean, it'll be fun.
Richard says Carnival Light may be dreadful, but I'd rather have it than not have it.
Let me find that comment. I get a lot. I just think if it was great, it would have been out already.
Yeah.
Richard says the fourth cover was another collage. It's got to be another collage, I would think.
Yeah, not of the Beatles era though. They've got to keep it as a, they can't exclude John. From this. It's got to be. Something that's relevant to them as a band.
I bet you know what I bet you they do? I bet you they incorporate some of that Now and Then artwork of the four of them. You know how the four of them were showing on the artwork?
Yeah, they could do. Yeah.
On the sleeve. I bet you they do that. Some of the promotional stuff had the four of them. I bet you they incorporate some of that into the cover somehow.
Yeah, maybe a still from the video, the Hello Goodbye type era, when all four of them are together,
maybe in there, or even like just that promotional thing from there. But I think we'll just gotta wait and see. But keep your eyes peeled to the Beatles socials, because they seem like they're dropping cookies every hour. So oh no, don't say that. Don't say that. Barrel scrapping. So Beatly Tone's made a quick 5-minute video on his channel. Go give it a view. To go check that out. And if you've missed our most recent, we've got 2 episodes that we've dropped on here recently regarding all the Lennon new stuff. Check that out as well too. And if there's going to be any more breaking news on this box set, go to Beatly Tone's channel first, because he'll have it there.
I'll try my best. All
right, gang. Hit the socials and the forums and let us know what you find in the comments. We out.
Do you want to do any more comments?
No, we can wrap it up. It's been 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay.
So, thank you guys.
Okay, yeah, thanks for joining us, and like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
Check us out. Peace.
Cheers. We'll see you soon.